Hey, you guys, this is Fabio Hart coming back with another video. Let me get this thing. Coming back with another video. What I want to talk about on this particular video is overpricing your service, guys. Overpricing your service. Here's the thing. A lot of you guys, and I'm going to cut right into it. So if you come in late watching this, then just kind of watch it from the beginning. But a lot of you guys are overpricing your service, okay? You got to stop overpricing your service, guys. I think I spoke about this before. This is the reason that a lot of people aren't getting the traction that they want. Um, People are not following up. That's what I'm figuring out with my coaching sessions, with people that I um, talk to just over the phone that just kind of explain their situation. People that's even in my lead generation, there's people that invested in that. They're losing money because they're not following up behind that when they're supposed to. So follow-ups and overpricing your service, I believe, to be honest, are some of the most simplest things that you guys can correct. You guys can correct these things like instantaneously. All you have to do is learn to follow up, okay, and learn to stop overpricing your service. See, in the beginning, don't nobody know who you are, right? You don't have a track record, so to speak, okay? And even for those that might have been in it for a while, right? You still want to kind of build that income up, build that level of income up. So you don't have to overprice your service just because you feel like, oh, I need this money, I got to get this money. Eventually, the money will come. I tell a lot of people, don't make the mistake that I made, because in the very, very beginning, it was just about the money for me, right? And then I kind of grew to like it a lot more and did more, but it was just about the money. Had I not made it about the money, maybe I would have got to it a lot faster, okay, if that makes sense to you guys. So I'm here to tell you, like I say, stop overpricing your service. Stop putting your now you want to make a profit. That's what you're in the game for, but you don't want to overprice it, right? You don't want to go sky high. If you think you should go with a number uh, that you whatever, let's say that you originally thought you should go with, you probably should go with that number. But as I always say, the greedy become the needy. The greedy become the needy, and that's facts. Okay, you're gonna lose out in the long run just because you're overpricing your service and they don't know the quality of work you possess. Okay, so again, guys, do your follow-ups. I don't care if you in like my lead generation or you doing a lead generation. I don't care if you doing it yourself. I don't care if you're passing out flyers. I don't care whatever medium of marketing you're doing. Make sure you do your follow-ups. Okay, make sure you do your. It's paramount that you do that. Okay, it's kind of like I was just telling somebody not too long ago on Facebook. They say, "Well, Fabio, no one is ever calling me back on. I'm looking for jobs. No one is calling me back." I say, "Well, cool. I totally understand that. People get busy, things happen." I say, "How many of those individuals have you followed back on? Like how you did your follow-ups with them? Have you called them and checked on your application to see if they even pulled it, see if they even took a look at it?" And they say, "Well, no, they say they were going to call me back. They were going to call." Okay, when did they say they were going to call you back? Well, maybe a week from when I put my application in. How long has it been? It's been 3 weeks. I haven't heard from them. Again, you have to do these follow-ups. It's not designed for, them to tell you, okay, we're going to call you back tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Okay, I'm not saying immediately at 9 o'clock. If they didn't call you, then you have to call them. You can give them a little space. You might even give them that whole day. But if you give them that whole day and they say, well, we're going to call you back tomorrow at 9 o'clock a.m., and then they don't call you back at all, then for sure Monday, right, you want to go ahead and attempt to reach out to them because they told you they were going to call you back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Okay? So again, here's the thing, guys. You got to do those follow-ups. It's paramount. I know you don't like doing it. I know it sucks. Whether you even do a pop-up, I've been known or notorious for doing that, right? So they say, well, we're going to call you back, and I'll just do a walk-in. Hi, man, speak to such and such. Yeah, I was just in the area, knowing that I wasn't really in the area, but I just wanted to, see what was going on, see if I can go ahead and get myself in the door, right? Now, whether I do it or I don't, the fact of the matter is that I actually made that attempt, okay? I made that attempt to reach out to the person that was supposed to call me back, okay? So again, guys, this is it, and it seemed redundant. I talked about this many, many times, but a lot of people just don't do it. A lot of people forget to do it, okay? The more you become accustomed to doing that, the more you'll see the traction to come, right? The more doors that will open for you. And then when those doors open, when you get in there, you have to know how to price these things, guys. Got to know how to price. It's not a magic formula. It's not one way or another. It's not something that's easy that I can just say, hey, you're going to say this or you're going to do that. It's not that easy because every building is different. Every structure is different. Every workload is different, right? Some of you guys have employees. Some of you guys have to do this yourself, right? So everything is a factor. Everything is a factor, and I get that. But you don't want to super overprice. You don't want to super, like me, I go by the estimate breakdown sheet. I go by, that's the format that I use. But there's a lot of different ways you guys can do it. Okay, there's a lot of different ways you can do it. If you're just joining me, I want you to go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, guys. Please do so. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe if you're just joining me. But what I'm talking about is overpricing your service. That's why a lot of you guys are not getting in the door. I spoke before that one of my favorite things is keeping the numbers low and at a flat rate, keeping your numbers low and at a flat rate, keeping your numbers low and at a flat rate, right? Because when you go into the dynamics of charging by the hour, those are for the bigger square footage facilities, something like this here, right? You don't want to charge by the hour for a little 2,500 square foot building, 3,500 square foot building. You're just not going to make a whole hell of a lot of money with it. Okay, so you want to go in that thing as a flat rate. You do it per job, okay, because it's a smaller facility. That, and I've also talked about this many, many times, I'm going to bring it up again, is half package deals. Half package deals. I talked to so many of you guys, and it's like I repeat this stuff, but I actually live by this stuff. Half package deals, guys. You gotta do this stuff, man. You gotta do this. Thanks for your info. You, Roxanne, you're welcome. You guys gotta have package deals. Everybody like choices. I like to use cereal all the time, right? So you like Kellogg's Frosty Flakes, right? And you go to Walmart or wherever you go to shop. We're gonna just use Walmart for this purpose. You go to Walmart. They have Kellogg's. They have Post cereal. And then let's say they have the Great Value brand, right? They have the Great Value brand. Okay. Fabio, can you break down that? Okay, sure. 1 second. And you have the Great Value brand. Okay, so when you go on the Walmart and you're looking at these different cereals, we know Kellogg's might be a little bit more expensive. Post might be second nature expensive, right? And then we know the Great Value brand is the Walmart brand for the Frosty Flakes or whatever the case is. And then that's the cheapest one. Well, if money is not a factor to you, you might buy Kellogg's because you used to that name. You're accustomed to that name, right? You know that name. So you get the Tony the Tiger brand, right? The Frosty Flakes brand. Okay, but if money is a factor to you, now you got options, right? Because if all they had was just the Kellogg's brand on the shelf, you might pass cereal up. So Walmart understands, okay, that this is probably a little bit more pricey. We got the second breast. It's, maybe just a notch under Kellogg's. And then we got our brand. We can sell our brand. So Walmart is going to make some money on some cereal, right? It may not be the Kellogg's, it may not be the Post, but it's the Great Value. It's the Walmart brand, right? So again, they walk away. You bought some cereal. You just didn't buy the top dollar box of cereal. That makes sense. Again, you had options. But if they had all Kellogg's on the shelf and money was a factor to you, you say, well, I can't afford to get this right now. I have to get this another time. Then guess what? Walmart lose out on that sale. You're not going to buy cereal because it's so pricey. It doesn't fit within your budget. Again, that's the very important part of doing these package deals. I've explained this to you guys many, many times about the package deals. I don't know if you guys using that or not, but I explained it many, many times to you guys. You have to start using that stuff. I see your comments coming in. I'm definitely going to check right into it in a minute, guys. If you're just joining me, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. What we're talking about on this particular video for those that just coming in, it's like a twofold situation, but we're talking about getting in the door by kind of keeping your prices low. And speaking of Walmart, we're going to take the Walmart approach. When Walmart first started off, everything was for the low, right? They made money in quantity, right? In the mass, right? So they didn't get it per item. I'm going to talk about that too, Hannah. They didn't get it in the per item, the big ticket, right? They made their money in quantity, right? They sold a lot of something and built Walmart up. Now it's kind of pricing Walmart a bit, but that was the formula that they used in the beginning, right? When they first started doing Walmart. Okay, so you guys can take that same approach, right? You can be the Walmart. Now, and again, I understand the stress of being a cleaning company. I understand when you have to do it yourself. I understand what you feel your value is, what you feel you're worth, right? And I'm not telling you, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you give it away, because if you watch some of my older videos, I advocate, hey, get what you're worth, get what you're worth. But in the very, very beginning, when people don't know who you are, you have to, mark it down a little bit. Okay, you have to mark it down. Okay, let me reach out some of my comments here and see what you guys saying here. Fabio, can you break down your formula that you just mentioned for using for the pricing? Well, with the estimate sheet, or my estimate breakdown sheet, it's just a one-page document, right? And on that page, it tells me from such and such to such and such how much I would charge. So, for an example, from 1,000 to 2,000, how much I would charge per hour, how much I would charge per flat rate, right, per job, okay, or per cleaning, I should say. Okay, and then from 2,000 square feet to, let's say, 4,000 square feet, it explains to me how much I would charge, flat rate or per hour. And the numbers work all the way down to it get to a certain amount. And then once it get to, like, I think it's 10,000 square feet, things are a little different. The bigger the building get, the different your pricing will become. Okay, so you definitely want to have a formula. You definitely want to have a formula. Some people use work loading software. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but if you're going to use it, go ahead and use it, right? But you definitely want to have a formula for putting your numbers together. I tend to think that my estimate breakdown sheet is a lot fair. It's not really, it don't bring your numbers in too high, and it doesn't bring it in too low. If you use my particular, form, my particular sheet, I feel like you can still make a profit and you still have room to mark it up. Now, whenever you got a room to mark something up and still make a profit, that's good, right? Considering the fact that, now I'm telling you to keep it low. Okay. So for an example, if someone, let's say, had bought my estimate sheet and then they start using it, you can do really, really good at those prices in your area. And you can do really, really good if you marked it up, right? If you got room to mark it up. Now, I wouldn't say go any less than what's on there, right? Depending on the square footage. I wouldn't say go any less than what's on there, but you do have room to mark it up and still, make a nice profit. Okay, but again, you guys got to keep those numbers, got to keep them down. And then you got to do your follow-ups. A lot of you people are not doing the follow-ups, and I know this for a fact because I'm speaking to you guys often. Okay. So that's definitely what I want you guys to start doing. Let me get back to the comment here. Sorry, guys. Let me see. Things trying to fall over here. Good, better, best. Yeah, good, better, best. Yeah. Let me see here. Work those numbers. ABC always be closing. Yeah, taste of luxury. Work the numbers. ABC always be closing, and in some cases always be calling. Yeah. You always you got to make the numbers work. Sometimes the method that I like to use is figure out their budget. Sometimes they'll tell you. A lot of times they won't. But if you figure out their budget, you figure that out at the walkthrough. Like before you walk out the building or before you're about to go in and put the estimate together, you just ask them, hey, what's your budget for commercial cleaning? Do you have a budget? Or if you can figure out what the current company is charging that they're trying to get rid of, or what the previous company that they had is charging, okay? Yep. Do I sell it? Yeah. Book FabioHart@gmail.com. BOOKF like Frank, A like Apple, B like boy, IOHART@gmail.com. Book Fabio Hart, all one word, @gmail.com if you're looking for the estimate breakdown. But yeah, so that's what I feel about that, guys. I think you guys want to do your follow-ups. You have to do your follow-ups, okay? Give them options also, okay? So if you Say, well, you know what? I got his estimate breakdown sheet, but I just want to do the option thing. I can share with you how to do the package deal. Yeah, I mean, I can literally sit on the phone with you. I won't even charge you for that, on the consulting. I want you guys to get this, right? I can share with you how I structure like a package deal type of situation, where you got an option A, an option B, and an option C. People love options. If I told you you only got one shot to do this, that one shot might not fit in your time frame. But if I give you multiple shots, again, even when you do your cold calling, like when the people do my cold calling for the lead generation, right? They give you 1 or 2 times. And what I mean by that is say, well, we have 10 o'clock available and we have 2 p.m. available. What time fit better for you? Now, I gave them an option. So if 2 doesn't fit, maybe 10 fit. If 10 doesn't fit, maybe 2 fit. Or maybe neither time fit. Maybe they say, well, we don't have, can you guys do a 1? We don't have a 2 o'clock available, but we do have a 1 p.m. We'll be out of the office, but I'll be back at 1 p.m. So can you do 1 p.m., come in and do the walkthrough? You say, you go ahead and you sign it up. Let me see. Let me see here. Yeah. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. I see you, Taste. But yeah, when you do the walkthrough, we give them 2 different times. So when we call in, we try to get you in the door, right? For the lead generation, we give them 2 times. Okay. And if I say, well, I have a 10 o'clock available and 10 o'clock doesn't fit for them, then they're going to say, well, just give us a call back next week. And yeah, just check back with us next week. I'll be back in the office next week. We'll go ahead and see what we could do for you. We'll go ahead and work something out. Just give us a call back next week. I don't want to give them a call back next week, right? The objective for me is to get in there to do the walkthrough so I can give them the numbers and so I can hopefully get them on an agreement. The objective for me is to get in the door, do the walkthrough, turn my numbers in, right, which is your proposal, your estimate, whatever you want to call it, and eventually get them on paper. If you guys just joining me, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. It'd take a lot for me to come and do these videos. So I don't want to do it next week. So you give them an option. Again, options always help. Man, options is just the life of things for me, because I know I like options. If I can get an option between one item or the other, I got an option. But if all I got is just one item, then I got to go if I really want to spend this money for this item, or if I just say, no, I'm going to pass right now. But if I got options, then I might get the sale right then. I might get the higher side of the totaling pole. I might get the lower side of it, but at least I have an option, right? You can always kind of compare and contrast why you're going to do this item over this item, right? But you have options. So again, guys, you following up, keeping your numbers low, and doing those package deals. Okay, doing those package deals. And I had somebody just recently, they did a proposal. They said, well, Fabio, I put a proposal in, but I don't know if I did it right, or I ordered this software program that's supposed to do the proposal, and I'm not sure if I understood. Again, guys, before you turn your stuff in, before you turn it in, just contact me. Let me look over it. I won't charge you to look over it. If you're thinking like I don't want to have them look over, you might charge me or something. I'm not going to charge you to look over it. But let me look over it. So, because if you don't understand the software program that you're using, or whatever template you got, or whatever you found online, or whatever, if you don't understand it, there's no way that you can explain it to the client. You have to be able to explain how you derive to certain things on there. Okay? That's why my paperwork, I keep simple. And I'm not here to kind of talk about the paperwork. If you guys got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. But the thing is I like to, less is better. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, understandable, professional, but keep it simple. Okay? Whenever you're writing your estimate up, like I say, if you're doing it on a template, or you found some type of situation online, or you're doing it on a software program, guys, again, make sure you understand it in case that you have to explain it to someone. Okay? Let me go ahead and read some more of you guys' comments here. Let me see here. Yeah, the estimate breakdown sheet. Somebody asked me if I sell it, you can get it. Book FabioHart@gmail.com. Book FabioHart@gmail.com. Hey, Fabio. How's it going? Wondering, guys, sell the. Sometimes I'm up for this. Sometimes. Okay, the mood swings. Let's talk about the mood swings, guys. Let's talk about mood swings. And you're going to get it, especially in the very early on. The very early on, it can become very stressful very quick. And the reason being is because you have to do everything all at once, pretty much. You have to be the accountant. You have to be the worker, right? You have to be the administration. Like you have to do all of these things. Where can I purchase your coaching? You would do that at bookfabiohart@gmail.com. BOOKFAB like boy, IOHART@gmail.com if you're looking for the coaching. Okay, bookfabiohart@gmail.com if you're looking for the coaching. Now, to get back to it, guys, like there's a level of stress that's going to come with any business, but go through it. Go through it. I'm trying to tell you the payoff is so good down the line. Like my stress level in 2012 opposed to my stress level now. I feel like I was more stressful then when I started up opposed to where I'm at now. Now, don't get me wrong, it's stressful because you're dealing with employees. You got to be able to multitask. You got to, you're all over the place. So it does get stressful, okay? But you got to be able to deal with it, And when the money is on the line, when you got people that's dependent upon you, you got your family, you got, bills, you got people that you got different things. You have to be willing to go through it. Okay. You have to be, cleaning is one of these things that you're either going to do it for money or you're going to do it because you like to clean. In the very beginning, I did it just for the money. I grew to love it because I started making money at it. So it became like second nature to me. Right. But I wake up thinking about this stuff. I want to get new contracts. I go to sleep thinking about this stuff. Even when I'm in a relationship, they say, hey, well, we might as well not be together because you don't give me that much attention. Like my mind is always focused on my business because I have myself and then I have my other employees, right? I have people that depend upon me. So I got to make the right move every single day. I feel like it's just a struggle in life to make that move. You got to be able to make that move, right? And it's got to be a calculated move, right? It's got to be very calculated, right? So, and I tell people to take risks, right? But it's got to be calculated risk, right? So again, that's just where I'm at with it, guys. Like I say, to bring everything back home to where I started from, do your follow-ups, and set a package deal. Also, keep the price low. Use the Walmart thing in the very beginning. Okay, use the Walmart tactic. Keep your price low, and I'm guaranteeing you'll get in the door. Because these people, they don't really care about too much of anything, really. They just want to know how much you're going to charge for what they need done. Right? How much you're going to charge for what they need done. If they like your price, they're going to hire you. Right? Because a lot of these companies, I don't care big or small, a lot of these companies are hiring based on price. That's why franchises is kicking ass. They might not do the best work, but they're kicking ass. They're getting in the door. Number one, they have a brand, and the brand resonate with people. So these company owners and buildings and towers and stuff, they heard of, I'm not going to say any of because I don't want to endorse anybody. I don't want to say it here. But they heard of this franchise and that franchise, right? So these franchises are winning. But I'm willing to gamble, and I know this for a fact because I've taken over some franchise accounts. They're doing sloppy work, but they're giving very cheap prices. They give them very cheap prices, which is why sometimes the franchisees that I talk to, they're not getting paid what they're supposed to get paid because the numbers came in so low. They get their cut off the top, right? The taxes, the insurance, they get all of that. And then you get your cut and you're nothing but a glorified employee at the end of the day. And this is just from what I'm hearing, right? This is just what I'm hearing. I've never done franchise. I don't even care to do franchise. I'm not the biggest fan of a franchise. But I do know people that does six figures in franchise. You can do tens of thousands of dollars in franchise monthly, okay? So I've heard stories where people actually do this. So everybody, but the vast majority don't do that. The vast majority don't do that, okay? So let me get back to you guys' comments here. Thank you again, Fabio. Okay. Can you repeat that for the estimate breakdown? She emailed me. Here, let me try to write your email down. I'll pass it over to my assistant. Mine is bookfabiohart@gmail.com. Bookfabiohart@gmail.com. Here, let me write it. Let me write you down, Roxanne, and see. I'll pass it along to my assistant. But I would probably suggest that you. Whoa, where is it? Okay. 1 second, guys. Let me write her email down. Let me see. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, yep, I got your email, Roxanne. I'll pass it along to my assistant, Jasmine. But mine, like I said, it'd probably be better if you just email me. It's bookfabiohart@gmail.com. That's BOOK, F like Frank, A like Apple, B like boy, IOHART@gmail.com. Bookfabiohart@gmail.com. Or somebody can just pin it on here for, I don't know how to do that. If somebody want to just post it so she can see it, or anybody can see it, you know, you guys can go ahead and email me. Let me get back to these comments here. Yeah, the stress level is going to be there. You sell a copy of your estimate. Yep, bookfabiohart@gmail.com for the estimate breakdown. Fabio, I believe, also starting a cleaning company is to provide value and always to upsell where other companies lack. Yeah, upselling is a great thing. You got to provide value. That's very, very important. Provide value. But when people don't know who you are in the very, very beginning, you want to come in a little lower on your prices, right? And then once you build that brand recognition, or you build that recognition period for your company, you're able to up the prices a little bit. Because when I first did, some places I came in too low, right? I had the estimate breakdown, right? And I'm looking at the sheet and I still charge lower than, you know, what was on the sheet. I got the account, but I wasn't able to staff the place because, excuse me, because my figures were so low, right? So I had to do it. And to this day, I still have some of those accounts that I had way back when, and I'm not really making no money on them, right? We didn't up the price. We've been with them for so long. I'm not really making no money on it because of my initial bid, right? So, and everybody know my agreement is 3 months in, and then from there it goes to month. That's how my agreement is. It's 3 months in, and from there it goes to month. Okay, so it's not like a renewal with me. You don't have to renew the agreement, right? You sign for the initial 3 months, and then after that it go from month to month. Okay, and then when you don't want us no more, you just give us a 30-day notice. When we don't want you no more, we give you a 30-day notice. We keep it very simple. Okay, let me see here. See here what you guys are talking about. Working with laws and average that has worked for me, and I had a very successful company. Now I'm starting again. Yeah. Start up again, get that thing rolling. Taste of luxury. Can you repeat that again? Estimate breakdown sheet. Or email me. Yeah. Estimate breakdown sheet. I would love to purchase that. Yeah. As for the estimate breakdown sheet is bookfabiohart@gmail.com. Thank you once again, Fabio. You're more than welcome. Taste of luxury. Hey, estimate sheet does it include commercial parking lots and window cleaning? Nope, it doesn't. It doesn't include commercial parking lots. I'm assuming for a commercial parking lot, you can use the same. You can use the same formula for commercial parking lots, but for window cleaning, that'll be, you would price the commercial building and the window cleaning job different anyway. That's a whole different dynamic. We do window cleaning within my company, so, but it's not priced the same. Let me see here. Where can I purchase your coaching? Purchase my coaching at bookfabiohart@gmail.com. That's BOOK, F like Frank, A like Apple, B like boy, IOHART@gmail.com. Bookfabiohart@gmail.com for the coaching. Fabio, your knowledge is gold. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, Carlos. I greatly appreciate you. I really do. Adonis Garcia say, hey there, Fabio, big fan. I'm a fan of you too, dude. I'm glad you watched me, and hopefully you learned a lot, and hopefully you utilize some of this stuff here. Let me see, bro. I'm tired that every time I go knocking doors, people always got someone already. What should I do? Man, you think you're tired? Hey, I can't get around that myself. But just keep going. Just keep going. That's the most that I can kind of tell you. It's one of those things, you know. You can't get around it. I don't try to change their minds and try to have them fire their company and go with me. But what you can do is leave a lasting impression on them. You can leave your flyer, leave your business cards, you know, have a little swag about yourself. You want to be memorable, you know. It's how you come off, you know, your tonality, body language, all of that stuff is looked at. The minute you walk in the door, you're judged. All of that stuff is looked at. Okay, a lot of people don't believe when I say this, but when you walk in the door, whether they have a company or they don't have a company, you are absolutely judged based upon the way that you look. From the way you wear your hair, to the way you smile, to the way you walk, you're absolutely judged. What you have on, you're judged. Okay, so that's why I try to tell people be the most professional that they could possibly be. You know, share eye contact, shake the person hand in hand, shake it with a nice grip, right? Handshake. Keep your head up high, because when you're more timid and you sit down and you more slouch out the way, right? People don't believe in what it is you're offering, right? It's going to be hard to convey that message over to them to sell any service that you're offering if you're more withdrawn, more introverted, right? You're kind of shy. You act as if you don't know what you're doing, right? People, they're not going to just believe you. But when you come in there with your head up high, you got that posture that I'm Fabio Hart, you know, I know what I'm doing. You know, how can I be of service to you? How can I help you? Can we do a quick walkthrough, right? When you have that poise about yourself, it comes across within that message, from across in your whole body language, the eye contact that you share, right? The tonality of your voice, all of this I'm trying to tell you guys, some people don't believe it, but I'm trying to tell you guys, you are judged the minute you walk in the door on how you look. They don't know how you clean. You might be the absolutely best cleaner that there is in your area, but they don't know that because they haven't hired you yet, right? So since you can't sell them necessarily on your cleaning, you have to sell yourself first. Okay, you have to sell yourself first. They don't know how you clean, but they know how you look. So that's why I try to tell people, look the absolute best that they can. Now, you don't have to put your Sunday best on, but just look professional, presentable. Okay, let me see here. But there's no way around the knocking doors and making the phone calls. You just have to keep doing it, dude. You just have to keep doing it. Now, there's other things that I do that I can share with you on the coaching if you're interested in that. But there's absolutely no way around that. You can use other marketing forms, sending out flyers, online portals, or, you know, Facebook or social media platforms and things like that. You can use other things, but you have to keep doing those things until you find a winner. Let me see here. How do we beat these franchises? You're not going to beat the franchises come in. You have to beat the franchise with quality and not price. Okay, because a lot of times the franchises do charge a very low price, and sometimes you can't get around that. So you have to sell quality to the customer and price. So what I've done, and I give you guys just a little tip of what I've done. I figure out, you know, I'll ask them, well, what do you guys pay the franchise for? And they'll actually tell me, well, we have such and such a franchise, and right now what we ask them to do is such and such and such and such. So once they tell me what these things that they ask the franchise to do, I tend to offer something extra in at a very higher price, and I tend to get the contract because that extra mean a lot to them, right? So let's say the franchise do 1, 2, and 3. Well, I'll do what the franchise do, but I give them 4, 5, and 6 extra and still make out on a good profit. Now I have to go higher than what they're charging, but I'm selling quality. Okay, because I wouldn't be able to do it for what a lot of these franchises is doing it for. And you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. They sometimes tell you what they pay the franchise. Sometimes they don't, but sometimes they do. And you'll be amazed at what they pay in the franchise. And I see, like, it's mind-boggling why these franchisees, why they talk to me, why they're on my subscription list, why they emailing me, dude, I want to get out of this franchise. And I'm talking about all the major franchises, all the ones, the big players, because there's some franchises not making money. Even the franchises are competing with one another, right? You got all of these franchises, they competing against each other. They keeping the numbers low. They providing subpar work. And then I'm saying all franchises, because there's some good ones out there, right? But I'm just not a big fan of any of them, because I'm not too thrilled about somebody taking something off and then cutting me a check. Fuck that, dude. I want it all. If I did it, I worked, I want it all. I understand why people do it, because it's a set system, it's a ready system. And sometimes people feel like I don't know, I don't have the know-it-all to be able to do this thing on my own and build it from the ground up. Or I'm a little scared, or what if I don't understand this, or I don't understand taxes, I don't understand this. This is where they're going to take this off and they're going to do this for me, they're going to do this. So I understand why people do it. I'm just not the biggest fan of it. I would rather build slow from the ground up and understand it from the ground up than purchase the system of the franchise and then, have them say, oh, you owe us royalties every single month. We got to take this off. Yeah. And then you got to get your taxes off too. Yeah. And we got to get your insurance off too. And then they take all of these different fees off, right? And then they want to charge you to get more new contracts. You want a new contract, they charge you X, Y, and Z to get a new contract. So again, this is not the bash to franchises. Everybody that knows me know I'm not the biggest fan of franchises, and I speak to them monthly, right? They always call me, playing on the phone, so to speak, acting like I don't know who they are, right? So let me see. But yeah, it's really no way. You got to offer quality plus a little bit more I feel, to overthrow what the franchise do, because the franchise try to do the bare minimum for the cheapest price. That's what I find, okay, based on the numbers that I asked. And let's say I see why their franchisees not making the money. They're making the money, right, from a corporate level, but the franchisees is contacting people like me to try to get out of the franchise, or trying to sell off the contracts that they have because they would just want to break loose. Okay, so anyway, let me see. Thank you so much. I think we all should get the estimate breakdown. It would be nice. I wish you all could get it, and I give you a pretty decent deal on it. The estimate breakdown sheet, if you want it, give you a good deal on it. You can email my people right now while you're on live. Come back on the live, or you can wait till as soon as we end the live, you go ahead and email Jasmine. She'll handle all of the emails, process you, and you'll have that in a few days or less. Let me see. And once again, it's bookfabiohart@gmail.com for anybody that want it. Bookfabiohart@gmail.com. At least it'll give you some type of structure. Okay, even if you wound up putting your own together down the line, my estimate breakdown will give you some type of format. You might start off with my numbers maybe for the first year, first 6 months, right? And you might say, you know what, I think I could, raise these numbers up, but I could, still make a profit. I could do this. And you can use mine as a template and then start your own, right? So again, like, mine isn't gold. It's not like if you don't use mine that you're not going to make no money. You can use it. It's just eventually you might want to adjust it, I guess. It'd be the best way to put it. Let me see here what everybody's talking about. I agree with you about the franchise here in the Houston area. There's several businesses that are unhappy with John Don, yet they keep them because of their prices. Yeah, they keep them because of the prices. That's what it is the prices are low, so you got to offer quality and you got to do a little bit more because your prices are going to be higher. You're going to come in a lot higher than them. So you got to offer a little bit more. You got to say, well, John, Don, they're not doing X, Y, and Z, and we're willing to do this, that, and the third for you, or X, Y, and Z for you. But the price is going to be a tad bit higher, but the quality of work would be a lot better. The professionalism would be a lot better. The training of the employees would be a lot better. So you got to sell quality to them at that point, because they get comfortable with these franchises. They paying low fees. It's a headache for them, trust me. But the fact of the matter is, they have a company that's cleaning, whether it's shitty or not. They have a company that's coming in that's cleaning. They do shitty work, and they're going to pay those fees. And whether it's John Don or anybody else, they're going to make those. John Don, they're going to make their money. They're going to get their money. Let's see here. If you're coming out the cleaning business and you're not making a profit, even though you're putting in 30-day party, can you cancel at any time? And it's a year contract. Yeah, if you and Walker, if you stipulate it that way, depending on how your agreement reads, if you stipulate it that way. But generally speaking, when they cancel, you know, you can put them in a year agreement. And then that's why I'm not the biggest fan of those long-term agreements for commercial cleaning, at least, is because when somebody want to cancel, if they say your ass is out of here, your ass is out of here. Excuse my French, but that's how it is, right? If they say they want you out of there, they want you out of there. So it's not, no, oh, you owe us this and this. You can go to the courts and go to the court fees, and you might have a case. You might win. They say, well, sir, ma'am, or company, or whatever, you did sign up for a year worth of, so you have to pay this out. But you got to think, if you really want to go through the filing costs and you want to really go in front of the courts and do all of this for this, okay? I've had people in my agreement early, you know, and mine is set for 3 months, set, and from there it's a month to month. So we set it up for 3 months, and then it's a month to month. And I've been canned within 2 months of doing it. Not because we did anything terrible, by the way, but somebody came in with lower numbers, and I couldn't compete with that, right? So they got it. Okay, so that's the reason why that happened. But like I say, I like short-term deals, and then go to a month to month. And then that way, you don't have to renew every year. It's not an every year renewal. It's never a renewal, right? You do it 3 months in, and then you go month to month. And then at that point, if they want out, they owe you 30 days. If you want out, you owe them 30 days. And you just give them a written notice. Let me see here. Hey, Fabio, where can I get employees? And how can I get employees? I tried Indeed, but they're charging $300. Can't afford it. Employees. Most of my employees come through Facebook. I post in groups. You can put out flyers, you know, around your area, you know. I also like the magnet on the car. I use that. That was really originally to try to pick up business, but believe it or not, the magnet on the car does not generate no revenue sales for me at all. Like, it doesn't generate no traffic in terms of people calling us and say, hey, I seen your car at Walmart. I seen your car at Target. I seen your car at the gas station. Are you guys doing any hiring? I took a picture of your car at the bus stop. Are you guys doing any hiring? So that's a good way to get visibility for people to call you for employment. But there's a lot of different ways that you can kind of build that traffic for new hires, all right, or new employees. A lot of my employees that I get now are referrals from other employees that currently work for me, okay? But if you don't have any, then you can use like Facebook. You can use other forms, you know, employment forms that might not be as costly as Indeed for you. They have other service. They have apps now. So you can kind of go to your Google App Store or the Apple App Store, right, and find different apps for hiring employees. So again, there's a lot of ways that you can kind of generate that employee traffic, okay? Let me see here. Indeed, free version, right? Yeah. I would never pay Indeed. We don't pay Indeed. I'm trying to build up floor care equipment. Where should I look? You say you're trying to build up a floor care equipment. Where should you look? Are you talking about you trying to buy machines? I would try liquidation places. I would try storage facilities. A lot of people forget about that, but a lot of times what happens is people have a lot of equipment and things in storage, and then they don't pay the storage bill, and then the storage place do a like with liquidation or auction, or sometimes they just have it around the building and they just sell the equipment. So you can try secondhand stores, like a Salvation Army, that type of thing, resale shops, liquidation centers. Um, you can look in the local newspapers, yeah, like your local newspaper, or go online with your local newspaper. And a lot of times people selling a lot of equipment, or they're just trying to get rid of different equipment. Um, you can go on like Facebook. I know in my area we got this thing called Detroit Sell Everything, where anything you want to sell, from glasses to clothes to shoes, whatever you want to sell, equipment, lawnmowers, bicycles, whatever you want, people post it up there, and boom, they sell it, right? So I'm assuming that every city have something similar to that. It might not be called the same thing, but on Facebook, where people post up, they selling shoes, or they selling hats, and they selling this and that, right? And you can go on there and just type in commercial cleaning floor care machines, or you give them a specific brand machine, and you see if it populate on Facebook. Maybe somebody on Facebook is selling that, right? And then you can kind of wheel and deal with them on Facebook, right? So there's a lot of different ways you can kind of get to those machines without buying them new. Let me see. Do you always get feedback when you ask how much are they paying? Not always. Sometimes they don't tell me how much they're paying. Luxury of taste. Sometimes they don't tell me how much they're paying other cleaning companies, or their franchise, or whatever the case is. So I kind of have to figure it out from there. So I would just rely upon my estimate breakdown sheet and do what I would typically do. At least when they tell me, if they don't tell me how much they're paying, I generally try to figure out what a budget for them. Well, what's your budget for cleaning services? Okay, or do you have a certain budget that you would like to stay within for cleaning services? Okay, if they say, yeah, I want to stay within a $300 a month thing, then based on what they need done, once you get back home, you can kind of see if you can do it for about the 300, or if you can come close to the 3, or if you can come under the 3. But if what they're asking for and what their budget is don't coincide, I mean, it's like you're trying to get a BMW, for Ford Focus money, right? There's no comparison. You're not gonna get a BMW unless you do what we call hit a lick. You hit a lick and you just lucked up, right? And you got a BMW for Ford Focus or Ford Fusion money, right? So it's the same thing. If you can do it for the 3, based on that being their budget, because sometimes they throw it off too. You have to look at it that way too. Sometimes their budget could be a lot higher, but they know that they don't want to pay no more than $300 for commercial cleaning services. So they say, let's say 300, and throw it out there to see if it stick for you. And if you come in and say, well, I can do it exactly for the 3, then they might go ahead and sign it up, when they probably had a budget of $600. This is just hypothetical numbers here, guys, but their budget could have been a lot higher, but they'll tell you something lower just to see if it's going to stick with you. But if you can do it, you can do it. If you can't do it, don't force yourself to do it, because then you're going to be like, oh man, I'm tired. I hate that I even signed up for this thing. I can't do this. I need more money. And then the next thing you know, you're going to be putting in the 30-day request to try to, get released from the service. Okay. Let me see. And Walker, thank you, Fabio. I've been with all my clients for 1 or 3 years. And one of my clients opening up another facility and want me to clean that facility also. Yeah, go ahead and do it, and Walker. Go ahead and do it. You might be able to give them an even better deal on the new facility, because you're already cleaning one. They'll like that, right? You still make money on it. I'm not saying you got to go cheap, right? But you can work a better number on maybe on that deal because you're already cleaning one facility for them. Okay. The object of the game is to kind of get in and build that revenue level. You build it small, right? You go in, like I said early on in this video, you go in with lower numbers, you build it small. And then as you build brand recognition, right, you get yourself out there, then you can kind of mark the numbers up. Now, I'm not telling you that if you go in and you charge high numbers, that you won't get the contract, because I got a guy on here. He's in my lead generation now. Guy started, he was watching my videos. He told me, swear to God, he's from Honduras. He was already up $6,000 just watching my videos, just taking notes, doing certain things that I was saying, already up $6,000 in monthly revenue. Okay, and then he joined the lead generation and it went up even more. But before he even ordered the lead generation, he was already up $6,000. Okay, so again, and he was coming in high. You know, when I was talking to him, barely can understand. Hey, what you say? Can you say that again? Couldn't even understand him, from Honduras into America, but he was already generating a lucrative income with this commercial cleaning stuff. So, and he was charging higher prices. I was like, wow, that's what you charge? He's like, yeah, and you got the deal. So I'm not telling you that you won't get the deal if you charge high. I'm just saying you'll generate more revenue coming in lower, opposed to coming in too high when no one really heard of you, know about you. Now, if you say you was a representative of one of these franchises and you're trying to pitch it, you know, from that and this and this and that, you might get it, because a lot of times, you know, the franchises hold name recognition. You know, again, they might not have the best quality work, but they hold name recognition. Okay, people can identify with them. They know who they are. Let's see here. I work for a national franchise. The money is not. Let me see. Yeah, yeah, and that's facts too. That's facts too. That's where a lot of the franchises make their money, selling you guys, the franchisees, and getting over on you guys. You know, and then having all type of penalties and stipulations for you guys to try to get out of, and you can't get out of this, or you're gonna owe this and this and this and that. Trust me, I know. I hear these conversations all the time, right? Every month I'm talking to at least 2 different people, right? Whether it's a subscriber or whether it's somebody that heard about me within my area and they want, hey, are you selling contracts? We're willing to buy contracts. No, I'm not about to sell you no contract. You're not about to give me pennies on the dollar for something that I'm making a lucrative income for. You can leave the numbers still at what I have the numbers at, and you can make a great profit, but you want to pay me pennies on the dollar? That's not, doesn't add up, right? You're not about to do that, right? You want to pay me low and possibly leave the numbers where I have them, right? You take over the deal, so you're going to be making why would I do that? That's goofy as hell. Let me see. That's why I decided to create my own company. That was the best way to go, Leon. Yep. Free version. Yep. Fabio the Great. I try to be great, at least. So I want to make sure you guys understand this about the importance, man, of keeping your numbers a little low. We all have, I don't know, one cleaning company, franchise or non-franchise, that haven't came in low. Everybody's done it. My mentors, which are $1 million players in commercial cleaning, they've done it. Keep your numbers low. Build that recognition, right? Build that cash flow. Okay, and then as you build your brand, build yourself, build that cash flow, get that visibility, then you can bring your numbers up. And then when you start getting buildings like this that I work out of, right, you can start making thousands of dollars, right? But in the beginning, you want to Because especially when a lot of you guys I talk to, you say, Fabio, I swear, man, you just don't understand, man. Between my job and this and this and that, man, I cannot get a break, bro. Like, I cannot win. Like, bro, something got to give. Something got to hit. Something got to, I got to, and I understand your pain when I talk to you guys, you know. And by the way, I don't know what my fellas is doing. Fellas, if I'm doing comparing apples and oranges right now to all my guys, the women seem to be kicking ass. My women subscribers seem to be kicking ass opposed to my guys that seem to be struggling. I don't know what the deal is, especially when this is male driven, like it's mostly male, you know, there's more male commercial cleaning startups but right, the females is kicking ass now. They're coming through and they toe tag and everything, right? So again, and I'm not trying to make a male or female thing, but what I'm basically saying is, I don't know what my fellas is doing on my subscription list that my women is just, they're running off on a plug twice, guys. You see here. Even if you make $300 for one lead. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you can make $2,000. Sure you can. Sure you can, but it's got to be persistence. You got to stay persistent. Quick question. Club. Yeah, a lot of my people watch me straight from work. You know, they're at their sites when they watch me. A lot of people say, hey, Fabio, I can't actually see you, but I got my headphones on and I'm just listening to your voice as you do your live, and I'm working. Or a lot of people, you know, dealing with their employees right as they watch me. They're right there with their employees, you know. So like I said, guys, you want to kind of keep your numbers low, and your follow-ups is very, very important. A lot of you guys aren't following up. Because when I follow up with you guys, I do check on people randomly, right? And once again, not to sell you anything, but I just want to see where you're at with it. If it's anything that I can help you with. Let's see quick. Ozzy is on there. It's on there. You just have to go to Indeed. You can set up an account and not be able to, and not have to pay for Indeed. It's and there's also an app too that you can use. But don't concentrate on Indeed. Don't frustrate yourself over Indeed, Ozzy. Don't frustrate yourself over Indeed. There's other ways that you can drum up employees, okay? If for whatever reason you can't find it, just keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. You know, you got to move quick. You can't. The females are strong. Yeah, hell of a strong, man, when I tell you. Because a lot of the females I talk to and a lot of the fellas I talk to, I get the stories on my fella side, and I don't know what's going on. They be like, man, I don't know what's going on, Fob. I can't get this shit to go, bro. Like, man, like I watch your videos, it's just not going. And then the ladies I talk to them, they say, hey, Fabio, I ordered your agreement and I did this and I did that. And I have one walkthrough to do tomorrow. The lady, she said the boss to make the decision. She's going to call me back in about a couple of days, so I'm waiting on that now. But in the meantime, I'm steady working. I'm watching your videos. I'm in tune. I love what you're doing. Keep it up. And Fabio, I want to send you over this document. I want you to take a look at it, proofread it for me, or just, you know, let me know. And they're kicking ass, you know what I'm saying? So, but, you know, I love everybody here on my channel. I want everybody to win. But like I say, the only way that it's really, really going to happen is that you guys stay consistent and persistent. Okay, you got to stay consistent. You got to stay persistent. You got to stay at it. Keep your numbers low. Do your follow-ups. Okay, put package deals together. Third shift. This is part-time. I haven't quit my job. Okay. Yeah. And people ask me all the time, Fabio, when do I know to quit my job? I generally tell people when you're making at least 3 times what you're currently making at your job. Okay, which is very, very doable, because if you living fairly okay off of the income that you're currently making at your job, if you double that, yeah, you're doing a lot better. If you triple that, you're doing a lot better, right? So we know if you can make it off of what you're currently being paid with your job, if you double or triple that, we know that you'll be able to keep that living up. You'll be able, to still live the same way, right? And then you just keep building the revenues up. Okay. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. If you just joined, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate you guys. Definitely. But I wanted to kind of get this message out here because a lot of you guys are overpricing your service. The greedy become the needy, and that's why you're not getting the calls back. And for the people that's in my lead generation, guys, look, some of these people are calling you guys back, and you guys are quoting them over the phone. Now it's getting back to me. I hear it because sometimes what happened in the lead generation, and I tell you guys, do not make quotes over the phone. Do not make quotes. I understand you need money and you need it, but do not make a quote over the phone without taking a look at the building. Okay? Do not make quotes over the phone. I meant to do a video about this the other day. Just making quotes over the phone. Just a short video, not a live, but a short video talking about this. It's paramount that you take a look at the facility first. It's paramount that you take a look at the facility first, because what's happening is a lot of the people, we got the lead generation, and what happens is sometimes these people say, well, I'm not the one to make the decision. Can I have your name and number? And what we do is give your number, your name, and give your number out. We don't give them ours because it's just going to come back to our office, right? So we give them your information, which is why we ask for certain information when you first start up with our lead generation. Guys, that's how you lose the money. And you're not getting in the door because you're giving a price over the phone. They know that you're not supposed to give a price over the phone, guys. Okay? That's showing you're green, right? They know that you're not supposed to give. They know that you're supposed to take a look at the facility before you even give a quote, right? Before you even give any numbers up. Stop giving numbers over the phone. And I don't care if this is residential, and I don't care if this is commercial. You want to take a look at this situation. You want to know what needs to be done. What's general cleaning for me might not be general cleaning for you. I'm a firm believer, if you do more work, you should get paid more money. Okay? I mean, that's just what we live in. We live in an economical world. That's the way things are structured these days. You do more work, you get paid more. But I could tell you something over the phone. Hey, my facility is 3,000 square feet, and we just need a general cleaning, like dusting, vacuum, mopping the restroom areas. We need the restrooms wipe down and clean down and everything, and that's it. And then you get to the facility, and I told you one thing over the phone, but you get to the facility and I tell you something different. Now I'm beating you up over the phone for price. Do not give a price over the phone, guys. You won't even get to the walkthrough. And if they hire you over the phone without even seeing your face and say, hey, all right, that sounds good. Send me over an agreement, whatever. I will be very wary of those type of companies because they know you're supposed to take a look at this stuff first. Okay? Again, I was supposed to do a video about this the other day, guys. For the individual that did, it's getting back to me that some of you guys are giving price over the phone. And you know better. You know you're not supposed to do that. Okay? You got to take a look at the facility first because when you write up the estimate, you got to know essentially what you're writing up. You got to know what on your checklist, you got to know what you're supposed to be doing. Okay? Not just some vague thing that they done told you over the phone that they want you to just so you can give them numbers. Okay? So again, guys, if you're going to do it that way, you're climbing an uphill battle in this industry. That's not the way it's done. You got to take a look at the job first. You have to take a look at the job first. Right? Now you can still package that if you want to package deal that you can give them options. Say, well, we have this available. You show them what you have. We have that available. You show them what you have. We have that available. Right? You can give them package deals. Okay, but you're not supposed to give any price over the phone. Any price over the phone. Okay? Now, when I first started off, I'll tell you a quick story. When I first started off and I didn't really know how to charge, I would actually call other companies And I know that you're not supposed to give price over the phone because I read it, and some companies actually gave me a price, like gave me a price for service, right? So some companies would do that, but that's not how it goes. That's not what you're supposed to do, guys. Okay, so I'm just helping you out here. I tend to not believe in anyone. How do you know they're not lying about the square footage? Well, a lot of that stuff can be looked up, Ozzy. A lot of that stuff could be looked up. Okay, you can find out who built the facility. A lot of that stuff is online. So sometimes people might not know the square footage. You can do the square footage yourself with the rolling wheel. You're going to do it on the outside, by the way. If you're going to measure the width times the length, you don't want to do it on the inside. Rather, you want to kind of do it on the perimeter on the outside. Okay, that'll give you a better synopsis of the square footage of the facility, because in the inside of a building it's just too many crooks and curves and different things like that, and you might not measure the building right. Okay, thanks, Leo. It says, Fabio, have you heard about eco care services? Me and my wife love your video. I haven't heard about that. I can't say that I have. You know, money motivated. It's Friday night and we talking business. Yeah, yeah. Friday night we talking business, definitely. Yeah. But guys, I need you to keep your motivation up. I need you to keep the motivation up. Um, I know we talked about keeping your prices, low. You don't want to be dirt cheap, right? Because you don't want to give anything away. You still have to do the work. And then if you decide to hire somebody in the future, because I told you I like to do 30 to 60 days in myself, right? I like to work in the contract myself 30 to 60 days in, and then hire somebody on the smaller to medium sized accounts. Okay. On the bigger accounts, if I'm going after them, what I tend to do is learn what needs to be done, and then I'll hire somebody, right? Because if it's big, it'll take me a longer time to do it. I'll hire somebody and then I'll work there with them, right? We can learn together, train each other. But I need to know exactly what needs to be done so I can be a great leader in showing them what needs to be done. Okay. And I'm talking about for your big accounts, for those people that want to go after accounts like this and mega churches and big places and things like that. You can get big accounts, guys. Don't let them intimidate you, but you want to make sure you have the manpower for it. You don't want to go after it with the notion that you're just going to do it by yourself. It can possibly be done, but you're going to create yourself a lot of headache, right? Because you're going to spend longer hours there. The building is massive, in your eyes. So, and then they would expect you to have a team there anyway, So, when I say team, that doesn't mean you have to have 5 or 6 people there. A team could be a team of 2, a team of 3, right? So money don't sleep. Whoop, whoop, right? You can research a facility online to find out the square footage. Also, yep, that's what I just said. You can research it online to figure out the square footage for a facility under 10,000 square foot. I asked them more detailed information over the phone. Then I gave them an online presentation, script presentation with a quote range if they like. Leon, if that works for you, do it. If you find it, it's probably not something that I would do as far as anything online, because online shows you angles of things. You don't really know that it's this way when you see it online, right? Um, but if it works for you, that could be a whole, USP for you. That can be a whole little thing that separates you from any other client, any other commercial cleaning company in your area. So don't let me talk you out of it because I don't do it. Okay. Again, I'm not this cleaning guru god, and I know everything about cleaning. I'd be the first to tell you that. But if it worked for you, do it. Just make sure you do the follow up behind your presentation. Make sure you do the follow up, and you know that, okay, this is going to be what you charge, and you're charging this particular number because, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, dude. There's nothing wrong with that. I will be doing you a disservice by telling you not to do that. How am I going to tell you to do one thing, try this, and try different things, guys, and try different things and get new contracts, and then you tell me something that you tried and I knock you for it, right? Is nothing that I've done, yet, or haven't tried that yet. But if it worked for you, that's part of your system. That's absolutely part of your system. So I would tell you keep going if it's working for you. If you find that it's slowing up and it might not be as effective as you thought, then you can always just go, do away with it. But Leon, I think it's a fantastic thing on your end because it works for you. So I would continue to do it, bud. I would continue to do it. If I sit here, I know I'm probably influential to a lot of people, and they probably say, "Oh, Fabio say do this, I'm gonna try it." But just because I haven't tried it or haven't done it, I think it will be doing you a disservice by telling you not to try it. Okay, that's the unique thing about this cleaning stuff. There's no right or wrong answers to this way. There's no right or wrong way to market this thing. Just like I'm a firm believer that I think people should do PR. Because PR has worked for me in the past. In picking up contracts, you get featured on the news, featured on the radio. You get that exposure. You go door knocking next day, and they're like, "Oh, I seen you on the news the other day," right? And just because people generally believe what they see on the news and, take the news at word value, right? I pick up contracts. Or they hear you on the radio, you're talking about this and that, right? I pick up contracts, right? But again, everybody not the media type of person, right? Whereas I don't mind being in the spotlight. I don't mind being in the media, right? So I can't tell you not to experiment. That's the way that I've experimented and it worked for me, right? You see. How do I search that online? Every time I try to send me to a real estate site. Not the facility that I'm looking at. Well, maybe the real estate site or, had something to do with the development of the facility, Ozzy. You have to really, when you want to find out, you have to be relentless behind it. Generally speaking, somebody within the facility may know the square footage of the facility. Or, like I said, you could purchase one of those roller wheels. You can measure the length times the width and come up with your square footage that way if it's just time consuming. Now it might cost you because you have to buy that. They have this new laser thing too. They have this new laser thing that can pinpoint it to and give you the square footage. But if you want to just use the old roller wheel tactic, you can use that. Okay, just purchase one, and I have one. I have a couple. Haven't used them in a while, but I have a couple. Right? So they're nice to have, but you got to be relentless at figuring out that square footage. Okay. People ask me what I think about guesstimating. Hey, how's it going, Juan? People ask me what I think about guesstimation. That's when you walk in a facility and you kind of guesstimate about how long it's going to take you to clean and about how much you should charge. And I've done that many, many times, guesstimating in the early on stages, obviously, right? Now I kind of got an idea about when I walk in the building and based on what they need done, I got an idea about how much I should charge for this building, but I still take it back to the table. I still take it back to the home office, take it home and work on the numbers, right? Because I don't want to leave nothing on the table that I'm supposed to get. I want it all, right? Okay. So I'm not real big on guesstimating because sometimes you can cut yourself short. But if that's a shot that you feel like you got to throw, then you could throw it, and see if it stick. We've all done it before. I don't know any commercial cleaning company that haven't guesstimated at least one time. Okay. So Let me see here. You guys have any more questions for me? LabNet for commercial buildings like Google Maps to measure square footage or one floor buildings. I use that laser measure square feet when I do the walkthroughs. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, guys, it's multiple ways. There's no right or wrong way to do it. I'm not opposed to if you guys have different ways that you like to do it. Uh, don't and never think just because I haven't done it or I'm not doing something that maybe you shouldn't do it. Okay, that as long as it's legal, what you're doing, right? Um, don't think, oh well, Fabio isn't doing it, so I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do it. Don't base it off of Fabio. Okay, because the object of the game is to put your own system together, and that little detail, that little thing that you do that's different from me is part of your little system. And if it's a dynamic that worked for you, why not do it? Okay. So I would never tell any of you guys to not do something because I'm not doing it. Or even with franchise, I don't tell people not to do franchise. I'm just not a fan of franchise, right? There's a lot of things people bring to me, and I say, well, like work loading software, where they put the numbers together for you. I'm not big on that, right? Because the computers, can fix the numbers or whatever. I'm just not, for me, there's a room for flaw. Opposed to if I just really sit down and kind of map this thing out. Juan said, I just want to say thank you for everything that you do for us and give us your ideas. I always watch your videos and give me motivation. Contract next Friday. Make it $12,000 a month. I'm going to have a contract. Yeah, $12,000 a month. Yeah, see, you peeking at numbers that I'm peeking at, Juan. Juan, let me ask you, how did you go about? I think this is good, and I talk a lot about this on my Facebook page. When sometimes a lot of my subscribers that's on my Facebook, they go live with me. And I guess they like that interaction. When you click them in and they can go live and be on the. A lot of my Facebook people like to ask me stuff live. How did you get that? What that $12,000 account? I think that'll be very helpful for some of my people here. And that's my first contract. Did you get it watching my video? Or any of my videos? And if you did, what video kind of helps you get that? I do restaurants and feel like the information is not online. Maybe I've been searching Google wrong. Yeah. Let's see. That's my first contract. I'll buy his league. Okay. You'll buy his league. I think if you bought my league, I think that'll be a good league to buy too. Let me see, Fabio, have you done Facebook ads or Google ads for commercial contracts? No, I've done it for my residential side, and I kick ass. Facebook ads, I'm a big fan of. Google ads too. I'm a big fan of Google ads and Facebook ads. It works well for my residential side of business. I've threw some money at it, right? But I haven't got back the return on it that I thought I should got on it, and but it works terrific for the residential side for me. So I am big on that in terms of advertising. Even with window cleaning, just recently carpet cleaning, that type of thing, those niche markets of cleaning, you can do. Oh, Ozzy, you're so silly. But those niche markets like window cleaning, carpet cleaning, those type of things, stripping and waxing, advertising those, but I just haven't found the traction as far as picking up just regular janitorial commercial cleaning contracts using Google ads and Facebook ads. But once again, if you're doing it for a resident on the residential side, or you have that niche market that you're working in, like the window cleaning, carpet cleaning, stripping and waxing jobs, those type of things, you can advertise on Facebook. I think you could do pretty decent. That's what I would do. Yeah, yeah. You guys have any more questions for me? I just want to make sure that we kind of get your questions. If you guys look into for any of the paperwork that I offer, or you looking, for lead generation, or you want to, start up your own lead generation thing, you kind of want to know what I do, whatever. You're looking for the coaching, book FabioHart@gmail.com. That's BOOK, F like Frank, A like Apple, B like boy, IOHART@gmail.com. Book FabioHart@gmail.com. That's all one word. Be more than happy to help you guys on that end. Other than that, I think I'm gonna pretty much go ahead and wrap it up, guys. Unless you have any more questions, we'll want to go ahead and get your questions answered here. That way, you wouldn't necessarily have to need me for the coaching if you can get it out here, really. So, let's see here. Hey Juan, I'm waiting for you. I don't know if you're still on here. I want to know, how did you get your that 12K a month deal that you're going to be starting up next week? Like, which one of my videos help you? Oh, to be honest, I watched every single one every day. I just believed in me door knocking. Just kept focused and working hard, and that was the. Oh, so you just watched all my videos. You was kind of like a student of my work, so to speak. You just kind of watched my videos, took notes, went out, applied what I said, went door knocking, stayed hustling, stayed at it every day, and you was able to pull that 12K. Again, guys, this stuff works. This stuff is common sense, just not commonly practiced. This stuff is common sense. It's just not commonly practiced. It's not difficult to really get in these. The difficult part is sometimes getting people to separate themselves from the cleaners that they have. I understand that, because we run into that. Sometimes people that have people for 5, 6, 7 years, they got comfortable with them. They know them by name. They know their daughters. They know their sons, right? They feel like it's a family affair, and they just don't want to do away with the current cleaner that they have. And that's fine. But that's not where the buck stops. You have to keep on going until you find something that works for you, or until you find a facility you can get in. Same things with these franchises. People get used to them, get accustomed to the BS that come with them. Not all franchises are BS. Not all franchisees are sloppy and do sloppy work, right? So a lot of times people just kind of get accustomed to that. So they tend to stick with those companies that they already have, okay? But you have to work at this thing every single day. Every single day, just like Juan. Juan watched my videos. He applied what I call applied pressure, right? He stayed at it. See? My guys are making money. Guys, you gotta start letting me know about your stories, because I'm thinking of women just kicking your ass. I see my guys is making some money here. Probably 15K a month. I haven't bought him a bottle of wine. New Year's. Leo said, right now, me and my wife are doing a 4-floor medical building. building for 425 a week. Do you think it's worth it? Well, we working for someone. Oh no. Let me ask you, you and your wife make 425 or just you? And this the shrewdness in me coming with my next question. Leo, this goes out to you, Leo. I'm talking to you. He said, right now, me and my wife are doing a 4-floor medical building for 425 a week. Do you think it's worth it? Oh, it's just you? Oh, no. Let me ask you this. Are you working for a franchise? Are you working for a franchise company? Or are they independent? Not that it matters. I just want to know. Okay, I see a few people did email me. I got a text from my assistant, Jasmine, here on my other phone. Jasmine, I think you're on my live. Are you on my live, Jazz? I think Jasmine is on my live here. Okay, I got 6 people that's interested in the estimate sheet. I'm going to work it out with you guys. I'm going to give you guys a good deal, by the way. Thank you, guys. I'm going to get back with Jazz as soon as I clear the air with you guys. I'm looking at it here. She let me know about 6 people is interested in the estimate breakdown sheet. Couple people interested in the coaching. Okay. And then my Facebook. I'm sorry, guys, if my Facebook is at 5,000. So if you try to request me on Facebook and it don't let you, just keep trying back, because sometimes people do unfriend me. So let me see here. Okay, I'll get back with you guys. The people that email me, it's like 6 people. I guess 2 people looking for coaching, 4 looking for the estimate breakdown. Okay. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I got to talk to Jasmine. Let me see here. Oh, he wants you to bid. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Leo. Okay, you said that it's just you making 425 a week. And let me see. You said yes, sir. Was that yes, sir, because you work with the franchise or you work for independent? Hell no. It depends. Yes, they did get the paperwork out the day after Martin Luther King Day, Tuesday. So you should be receiving that very, very soon. You should be receiving that very soon, Ozzy. We got the that went out the day after King Day. We weren't open on King Day, that past Monday. Okay, so you with the franchise? What service are provided? Okay. Okay. What I would probably do, since you work for them, did you sign a non-compete or a non-disclosure? Did you sign a non-compete with them? Did you sign a non-compete with them? Are you like a independent contractor of them, or are you on like a payroll? So you didn't sign a non-compete with them when you started working for them? You're on payroll. Okay. Okay, what I would probably do is I would try to take the account over, to be honest. And that's just me. That's just the shrewdness in me. I don't know how I would approach it. You have to be ready to be fired from there, though. Be fired from the client or quit if you can get another job or get another income. I would try to figure out how much they're. I would try to figure out how much they're making or how much they're paying the company right now, and I would try to take that account right from under them. And that's just the shrewdness in me, I guess. And the reason I asked if you signed a non-compete and non-disclosure, because sometimes, you know, if you sign these agreements, they do stand up in court. So, yeah, I would take it. I would take it right from under the person that I work for. It's not personal; it's business. I'm sorry. Other people that might watch my channel might be like, "This guy is shrewd as fuck." Like I wouldn't do it, but hey, it's business. It's not personal, right? So, I don't know if you have another job, but I would try to probably get another job just so you can still be making income, and then work on taking that away. But I would try to find out while you're there as much as you can find out in terms of the inner workings, how much they're paying. If you kind of befriend the contact person, just to get a little idea. Yeah, work on a plan. Work on a plan. You exit out, and then you just take that contract over. Even if you take it over for the same dollar amount, because if they're paying you $425, they're making a pretty substantial amount of money on the building. If that's what they're paying you per week. So you can easily perhaps take that over and give them more for the money that they already paying a week to the franchise. Okay. Especially if you haven't signed any agreements or you not have any clauses in there that keep you from doing that. Okay. Let me see. Fabio, let us know about the deal. I need to muscle up. Yeah. Charge them like 4K. Ozzy, you're having fun. I think that's where your focus come in. You're having fun. You can't just say charge them this, charge them that. You have to really figure out currently, number one, what they're paying right now. You figure out what they're paying right now. Now, if they're paying about 4K and he decide that he want to take it over and do it for the 4K, he can offer more for the 4K than what they're paying the franchise, and it'd be a sweet deal for him. But you can't just throw out figures and say charge them this, charge them that. You gotta really look at it. I think you're having fun on the live and you're not really paying attention. Yeah, for your help. Yeah. Add at least 20% to what they're paying and take it. Yeah. Well, he may be able to add something, or he may not have to add anything to it, because you got to think, if they're paying a certain fee right now, they may not be willing to go up. They may not be willing. They may say, well, why would I pay more, for the service now? What he may be able to do is take that account at the price that is at now without marketing anything up, but offer something a little extra as an incentive for them to leave the company that they're currently with and go with him. Because if you mark it up, it might not be within their budget 20% more, and he may wound up losing out on the deal. Okay. Ozzy is off the chain. Yeah, Ozzy is just, I like Ozzy. He's not, he doesn't stay focused. He's having fun, and it's just real educational. I want him to think before he moves. It's like a chess game. You messing around? Okay. Fabio, just keep making videos, and I promise I'll be making money. Yeah, definitely, dude. Definitely. Keep the videos sparking it up. Yeah. I don't think you should bite the hand that feeds you. You don't think you should bite the hand that feeds you? Uh, Hannah, I like that concept, Hannah. I believe in that too, but in the business world, there's a lot of hands that get bitten. Business is shrewd. Business is shrewd. Trust me. And I'm not saying I'm affirming what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I'm not saying that trust me. In other words, what I'm saying is people will bite your hand. So it might be people that work for you, Hannah, that you think wouldn't take your contract, but would try to take your contract. Okay, now if you anything and you watch my videos, you got them under certain things where they're not gonna even try to do that, which is why I was telling the one guy, Leo, I think it was Leo, was it Leo? Yeah, telling Leo, how to kind of exit this thing and work at this thing, or Leon, it was one of them. I think it was Leo, but the hands get bitten every day in just corporate America. Right? So you have to look at it from that perspective. You have to look at it like, okay, if I bite the hand that feed me, will I be okay once I do that? Okay? Because people will do you that. So you might be like, well, I go to church. Some people say, hey, I'm just not willing to do that. And I totally get it. I totally get it. Right? So if that's not something that you'd be willing to do, I totally accept that. But with me, I'm a tiger. Bite the hand that feed me, I guess. Yeah, I think it's enough contracts for all of us too. But when I gotta have something, I gotta have it. So I would kind of probably tempt it myself. That's exactly what Taste of Luxury said. That's exactly what it's about. They call you, answer the name of the game. Yeah, that's exactly what it's about. Taste of Luxury. You got it right on the nose. You got it right on the nose. Your work got to be exceptional. You got to have great training with your employees, right? They call you, like you say, you got to answer the phones. If they have a problem, you got to face them head on. You can't, shy away from any problems, because when it's time to pick up that check on the first, you're not going to shy away from there. You're going to be there bright and early, right? Pick up the check. So you have to give them that same action in regards to when it's a problem. Take it face on, head on, I should say. Look at this. Give them a carpet cleaner for and take it. Yeah. Well, you don't want to give a service away, Leon. You don't want to give a service away that you can't afford to do, because I think you said that building is 4 stories. So that sounds like a good deal, if you do a floor care job for them. But you got to think, do he have the machine? Will he have to rent it? How long it would take him to do it? Will it be just him? I don't know exactly how big the facility is. Okay. But there's ways and other things that he can do and other things that he can offer and keep maybe the price at the same price range where it is and still, take it over. But you have to have a great exit strategy. Taste of Luxury. I like you, Taste of Luxury. Yeah, Taste of Luxury. I like you. I like the way you think. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Hannah, it's not, I'm not saying that, Don't be a fair person. Don't be a great person. Don't be. It doesn't make you a bad person. It's just that's how business is, right? People would do you the same way, and you got to think it's your family, it's your kids versus somebody else's family, somebody else's kids. So if somebody put you face to face with a different family and say, "Are you willing to do this?" For your family first, or are you willing to give this to this other family first? I'm willing to gamble you rather do it for your family first. Not saying that you wouldn't help the other family, but you're going to make sure your family's straight first before you ever make sure somebody else's family is straight, right? So that's just a little. I have all the equipment, carpet cleaning. Tell me where the facility is, and I'll take it. Yeah, that's A. But see, you have the equipment, and the power to handle that, whereas somebody else might not have it. They have to rent it. You see what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying. You're having fun with it. You're joking. So you guys have any more questions for me before I go ahead and end it here on the live? I just want to make sure I cover it as much as possible. Those 6 people, I got to call my assistant. I'll probably be contacting you guys. If you email me, oh, I know his address. Yeah. Fabio, do cold call again. What you mean do the cold call again? 2019 cold call video? I'll consider it. I'll consider it. But like I say, for the people that email me, I'm going to get with Jasmine. If you email me and you're still on the live and you're looking for the estimate breakdown, or you're looking for the coaching, start doing some sort of podcast and grow your channel. You know what? And a lot of people, I get a lot of emails about that. See, I'm not able to do those videos because I'm active in the cleaning. And I also have, let me see here. Do the cold call video. Yeah, I know what he's talking about. I'm very, very active in my cleaning business. My cleaning business do north of $250,000 annually. And I don't give exact figures, but we do a lot. I operate in Georgia, I operate in Michigan, I operate in Ohio. We sold the contracts to a franchise in VA. We talked before. Oh, okay, great. We need to talk again. I like the way you think. Email me, But so I would like to do more videos. I told myself I was going to go back. Do you do federal contracting? Nope. I don't have any federal buildings or any governmental buildings. But I know people that do and like it. And I know people that do and say they don't pay as much as they think they should get paid. He wants the secret sauce. Yeah. So, like I said, I want to make sure you guys do understand that I'm from South Florida. I love South Florida. Yeah. Cool. Whatever it takes. 305, Dade County, 1.2 million. Forever. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Continue to make you guys calls. Continue to do your door-to-door, whatever marketing. Continue to build your system. Again, it all comes down to a system. Once you have a system in place and it's working, I'm back starting in Naples area. Okay. Are you back in Naples? Okay. How do you manage your employees? Yeah, we do the clock in, clock out. There's other type of programs. They got apps for a lot of different things too. They have this thing right now that when you clock in, that it will come to your phone. It'll text your phone. That's something that I'm kind of looking into now. But right now we just have the standard clock in, system. Okay, and most of my sites, there's not multiple people working at the sites unless it's a big site like this here. Okay, well, when you got a big site like this here, you know, a lot of times people don't want to try to do anything because it's actually workers here. If I took this camera and I took you guys out into the field, so to speak, you'll see all their workers is here. But mostly like those smaller, medium-sized accounts, you have a clock right there, like in a janitorial room or wherever they set the clock up at. And if you show up at 9:30, there's no way that anybody can clock you in or clock you out or anything. There's no way that you can manipulate that, right? So whatever time you stamp your card, that's the time that's going to stamp on there. Okay, so it's working for me. We have a pretty good, you know, clock in, clock out system that works. We have a pretty good clock in, clock out system that works. But hold on, I see another question here. Kay, I see you, Kalo. I see you. I'm about to come right back to you. I'm rolling out. Full takeover. Yeah, take this shit over. Yeah, let's see here. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that's how it works with the. Let me see. I test Florida from the U.S. Oh, okay. Now you guys having fun with one another. Okay. Let me see here. Is a 1-year contract standard? No, I wouldn't say. I already sold them, Ozzy. Okay. I wouldn't say that that you should set it up for 1 year. You can, but I don't think that's standard. I think a lot of companies would do maybe like a 3 to 6 month deal, roll out, and then you can have it where it's renewed at that point, or it can automatically go to a month to month. Okay, but you can go for a year. A lot of times they don't like to sign up for that because no one likes to be under contract. So that's why I do mine for a 3-month layout, and then it go month to month, and then that's an option with me getting out with a 30-day notice or them getting out with a 30-day notice. Okay, I think it worked perfectly that way. But like I say, you can attempt either or. You can set it up for 1 year or whatever. Okay. You guys have any more questions for me? They say if you never left Florida, you guys having fun with one. Is that a 30-day written notice? Yeah, 30-day written notice. Florida is crazy. You don't strategize, you'll go broke. I agree. I like Florida, but you got to strategize everywhere. Let me see here. Edgar, how are you, bud? He said, Fabio, can you give an idea of a package deal? A package deal is like where you take a certain square foot building, right? So let's say let's take 3,000 square feet, right? And you might say for package A, it's just your general cleaning package, right? Okay, so you might say for package A, we're going to do general cleaning for, hypothetically, let's say $49.95 per cleaning. Okay? For the same square foot building, you might have a package B. Now, a package B would do the same thing as package A plus a little bit more. For, let's say, $59.95, right? Just giving you an example here. And then for package C, you're going to do exactly what you do for package A, package B, plus a little bit more for package C. That create an option for them. Okay, when you do it that way, so you give them these different packages, right, under the same square footage, right? So we use them 3,000 square feet. You might say, well, I don't know exactly what you guys want done, but we have different package deals and specials that we're running. For package A, we got da 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 da. You know, for $49.95. For package B, we have da 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 da. For $59.95. For package C, we have da 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 da, right? For $69.95. So you give them an opportunity to be able to pick the package deal that's best for them. Now, the only thing that separate the pricing is actually what you do for that specific price. Okay, so if the package A is just $49.95, then that's just your general cleaning package. If they want like a medium package where it's just a little bit more than general cleaning, then that can be your $59.95 package. Now, if they want a full deep cleaning, they want it top to bottom, that's everything, you know, this and that, then that's your package C. Okay, so it's all for the same square foot building, but you give them an option for the same square foot building, if that makes sense, guys. It works phenomenal. I can show you an example. If you email me, I'll get you on the phone. You just email your name and your number, Edgar, and we can kind of really talk about it, and I can kind of help you structure that. And I won't even charge you for it. I won't charge you for it. Just put package deals or package pricing in the subject line when you email me. Email me your name and telephone number. My assistant will get it over to me. I'll call you, and we'll go ahead and sit down and actually come up for a package deal for your particular company for a certain amount of square footage, or up to a certain amount of square footage. Okay, I like to use that word up to because they don't just lock in a specific square foot, right? Just like people ask me for free cleaning. I don't think you should do a free cleaning for a really extremely big building, right? You keep it low, right? For a more smaller size building, do your free cleaning. That's the strategy you can use to get in the door. I don't know. I haven't used that in a very long time. I don't know how effective it'll be, but I seem to think that that's a strategy that you can use. I want you to judge me. You don't want me to judge you on it. You want me to always try to tailor your customer. Yeah. That's essentially what you're doing with the package deal. You're kind of tailoring it for them and giving them options. Ozzy, he said, call me tomorrow. You know, he wants me to judge him. Ozzy, I don't know what I'm going to do with you. Ozzy, I think you have to take this a little bit more serious, my friend. Right? I think you have to take this a little bit more serious. And I'm all cool with having fun. But when the fun doesn't reflect the numbers, it's really no time to have fun. Because, and I'm not trying to throw you under the bus because I love you. I like you, Ozzy. We talk a lot. And, you know, bought from me and I helped you and I gave you this and that, and you know, shot ideas back, and I gave you the world, so to speak, and not charge you for it, and spent time on the phone with you, and not even give you a coaching fee or anything like that. So it's not about that. I want you to win, but you have to want it more than I do. I can't want it more than you, right? And I think we're at the point now, right, with you, that you've been watching me long enough. You really should be a lot further. Right? We're not going to go into any specifics because we talked in detail about certain things that's happened your way, right? But you should be a lot further than where you are. So for you not to be there, that doesn't mean you're not consistent, because I'm not in Florida, right? I don't know exactly what you do. But if I'm willing to gamble, if I was willing to put my bank account on it, I will be willing again when you're not doing or executing as often as you should. Okay, and I don't want to throw you in the bus because, like I say, I like you a lot. I think you're a funny guy. When we talk, you always have me laughing. Um, you order the paperwork, you ordered, different things from me. So I show you the love back. I give it back to you. But you have to take this thing serious, bud. You have to, because every hour you got to think that there's somebody tomorrow. There's somebody up right now that's not on this live. That may not even heard of a Fabio Hart. That may be in South Florida. That's more hungrier than you. And I'm telling you, they're gonna get up. They're working right now. They're not even on this live. They're working right now, trying to craft a situation so they can start up their own commercial cleaning business. Right? It's nothing more hurtful, right? And that's the word that I can come up with right now. It's nothing more hurtful than going door to door or calling a place or walking into a facility and they just tell you that we just hired a new company, right? And what you don't know is that company is not even 6 months old yet, right? It's a fairly new company. It's a startup, right? They just started this cleaning thing up. And this is a place that you probably driven by, a place that you know about. You just haven't went in there, and just for whatever reason you went in there. There's nothing more hurtful than walking in a facility that you could have had that you don't have because you never walked in it or you never caught it. And I know restaurants is your thing. But again, I told you, you have to do more than restaurants. I know restaurants is your niche market because you do floor care, you do the floor work, and that's your thing. But there's other companies. You can do supermarkets. I told you that. They always need floor care, work done. There's a lot of other type of companies you can go at. They don't have to just be restaurants. You see what I'm saying? So, again, I need you to take this serious, bud, because when the income level, I will feel like, whatever Fabio, he's spending time, he's doing his life, right? Spending time with me. So I want to learn as much as possible, and then I have to get off and execute. And I just don't believe, Ozzy, that you actually hop off the live and execute. Because you always the joker on the live. And I love it. Your jokes be funny. You're a funny guy. But I need you to execute, bud. Like Eric Thomas said, you got to want it more than you want to breathe. And it's facts. Okay? So, again, I hope the comedic side of you is able to you're able to shut that down or shut that off and go get those customers and do it with the vengeance. Okay? You got it. I've been out of the game for 5 months, no doubt. Yeah. See, you haven't been executing. You see what I'm saying? So like I say, I love your jokes. I like you personally. You're a great guy. Great to talk to. Always got me laughing. I help you out, give you things for the low. Hey, Ozzy, whenever you want this, I'm not going to charge you full price. We didn't have those conversations, right? But the thing is, bud, you gotta be able to execute. You gotta be able to execute. There's no way in the hell you should have been out the game for 5 months. And you watch me every day, or however often you watch me every time I go live, right? Because then that makes it seem like that's like a student that just goes to school, but he don't go to school to learn and get good grades. He just go to school to be the class clown. And I don't want it to feel that way right here on this live for you, okay? And again, once again, I'm not trying to dog you out in front of nobody. I talk to you this way all the time because I like you. I'm telling you this because I'm invested in you. I want you to win. But you got to want it more. You got the equipment. You've been doing the floors. You say the people, they like your work. So you know what to do. You got to do it, dude. You got to do it. Because otherwise, I'm just going to look at you as the class clown that come on the live, right? They come to school just to make the jokes. Okay? And we don't want to look at it like that, dude. Okay? Let me see here. How to handle customers not paying late fees after you show them. Then what you, and that's tough with the late fees. You have to show them. First, do it in writing. First, do it in writing. Okay. Um, Even though it's in the contract, you have to. What you can do is add it to their next invoice. I've done it that way before, where it goes the whole 30 out. Okay, and then you add when they don't want to pay the late fee, whatever the late fee is, you just add it to the next invoice. At some point, you probably could look forward to being fired because they get mad that these late fees are adding up. Now, you don't want to go to court for a $50 late fee, right? Because it's probably going to cost you more than that to make the filing, right? The file, the motion for that, right? So, what you do want to do, and you don't want to send it to collections. I mean, you can, I don't know if you know anything about that, but you can send items to collections to have it be, to sell the debt, and then the collection agency collect it from the business owner. That's how it works. When stuff go to collections, they sold the debt to a third party, and now that debt is trying to be collected by that third party. For whatever, however they do it on their end, but they'll be to pay you off for the debt. Okay, but you don't want to take it to collections if you're still going to be their current cleaner. So, like I say, the best thing that I would do is let them know why it's important to pay that bill on time. Okay, and do it in writing. You would give them like a yellow letter or like a urgent letter, in a color coded paper. You can use red, or you can whatever color you want to use that show that this is urgent, that we need to collect this debt. We need to collect this. You're delinquent, you haven't paid late, and you can stop the service until that full amount is paid. Okay? So you can stop coming or whatever. And if they say, well, we're just going to go with another company, then that'll be a L that you've taken. Okay? That'll be a L that you've taken because I feel when you have late charges in your agreement and they sign on it, I feel that you're due those late fees, right? Have I ever did subcontracting work? Yes. Do you mean was I on the receiving end of it, or have I ever subbed the work out? Sub the work out, yes. Be a subcontractor for another company, no. No, I never been a subcontractor for another company. You guys have any more questions for me? You have any more questions for me? Is it a good way to start? Yeah, from a learning aspect, yes, you can start there. Get in touch with me in paperwork and possible coaching. Okay, Jermaine. Yeah. Jermaine, you could you just email me at bookfabiohart@gmail.com. Get you a pretty good deal on it. Not in the business of stiffing you for it. Whether it's the lead generation paperwork, whatever it is, just go ahead and email me, bookfabiohart. And for those that email me, promise I will get back with you following this live. well, get back with my assistant to see, what you guys are talking about, because all the emails is checked by her first, and she kind of give me an overview of what you guys looking for, what you need, and we go ahead and process you, so you guys can get that payment in, and so yeah. But book FabioHart@gmail.com. Book FabioHart@gmail.com. That's BOOK, F like Frank, A like Apple, B like boy, IOHART @gmail.com. Book FabioHart@gmail.com. Okay. You'll get the paperwork pretty fast for those that's ordering the paperwork. If you need coaching, I want to book some of your coaching. Yep, coaching, same way. It's pretty flexible with the schedule and the coaching for those that's interested on the lead generation. If people are trying to get new contracts and different things like that, they want to go through the lead generation. Right now, I got a special on that for any new people that want to jump in, onto the lead generation. So it's not the regular price that you guys normally know it as right now for that. But it's up to you guys. You just send the email. We're going to respond accordingly. Book FabioHart@gmail.com. That's BOOK, F like Frank, A like Apple, B like boy, IOHART @gmail.com. If you guys have any further questions, I go ahead and answer whatever questions you have here. But thanks again, Jermaine. Again, book Fabio Hart. That's all one word, no space, no dot, no period, nothing. Book FabioHart@gmail.com. BOOK, F like Frank, A like Apple, B like boy, IOHART @gmail.com. I want to book some of your coaching. Same way, Darrell. We definitely get you in on the coaching. Put something together. Just go ahead, put coaching in the headline. If you're looking for paperwork, put purchase paperwork in the subject. Put coaching in the subject. Whatever you're looking, lead generation in the subject. Whatever you're looking for, we go ahead and get you guys situated with that done. Promise I try my best to take care of you guys. I want to see you guys win, but you gotta want it more than I want it for yourself. Okay, more than I want it for you, I should say. You gotta want it more for yourself than I want it for you. Okay, that's just how business is. You guys got to take this really, really serious, because at the end of the day, your income depends upon it. All right, your income depends upon it. Okay, and you guys see I don't go live as often as maybe some of the other YouTubers, right? They go live because I actually do the business. I actually do this. But sometimes, I get pressured with the emails and different things that people ask me. If you're on my Facebook page, then you know that I go live. You guys could look me up there on Facebook, Fabio Hart. Right now, I'm topped out at 5,000, so I can't get anybody else. But you guys can check out periodically and to request me to see if we got any openings over there. Now I'll add you. Outside of that, if you guys have any further questions about anything, you can always email it at the same email, bookfabiohart@gmail.com, bookfabiohart@gmail.com. But other than that, I'm willing to answer some questions here before I cut everything short. It's about 1:30 my time. Let's see here. How much do I charge for late fees? It varies. It varies. It's not like a set dollar amount. It varies depending on, like Georgia, I charge a little bit more, I think, than I charge in Michigan. And I think Ohio, I charge more than I charge in both Georgia and Michigan, right? So it just depends. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Once again, I'm Fabio Hart. The only person that could ever stop you from starting up your own dreams and making it to the top is you. Once again, if you guys look for anything that we talked about tonight, whether it's paperwork, legion, or whatever the case is, go ahead and email me right now. Email me right now. We'll look out for you, try to work something out for you, try to make it fit for you in terms of money wise. Because I really want to see you guys do this. I really do want to see you do it. I feel like I can be a valuable resource for you, okay? But I can only do so much on my end. I can't really walk you hand in hand and really kind of make you guys do this. So you have to be able to do it. Package deals, keep that in mind. Numbers, kind of keep your initial numbers low. Okay, if you need that estimate breakdown sheet, if you don't get anything else and you need the estimate breakdown sheet, that could be the difference between night and day for you. Okay, as far as helping you with knowing what to charge. Okay, because that's generally the question. Well, Fabio, I don't know how much to charge. We got like 6 people already emailed in regards to that estimate breakdown sheet. We're going to definitely get back to you guys. If you're interested in that, just put estimate breakdown sheet if that's all you want. If you're interested in just all the paperwork, put paperwork in a subject. If you're interested in lead generation, put lead generation. Interested in coaching, put coaching in a subject. That way we can go ahead and get directly to whatever it is you're looking for. Okay, that's going to do it for now. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up until next time, guys. I'm Fabio Hart, and as I always say, the only person that could ever stop you from starting up your own dreams and making it to the top is you. Take care.